I want to talk about the motherfuckers down in New York who couldn't give me a final result, and so I couldn't win a damn thing. So, DC. If DC kicks one field goal, one more field goal, I am 3-0 in that game. If the Giants kick a field goal, I'm at least 1-2. But now, because of this, I'm 0-2-1 in that game. I don't care what anyone says. We need to get rid of ties. I can't do ties. And that's gonna fuck up the playoff picture eventually. Whatever. I'm done. Whatever. Whatever. Roll the intro. Hello everybody and welcome to the week 14 of the 2022 and 2023 NFL season and my prediction picks. I'm your host, the one and only Lion Canadian Cat. And ignore the background. I'm just trying to make this a little more entertaining, or this will be entertaining for all the three people who are going to watch this. This was a thumbnail idea I made for Subleaf if we ever do a Smash Bros video. You can see all the main cast. My face is covering up the most evil thing in the world, so you're not going to see it. Don't worry about it. It doesn't exist. It's evil. It's the devil. And we're not going to talk about it. We got everyone else here. It's who I mostly main. K-Bob's trolling one, Luigi's up here, and then there's Subleaf the Quagsire, and then there's this motherfucker right here. You. I'm watching you. I finally bought your game, so I'm gonna learn about you, maybe. I'm watching you. And yeah, so, little funny, little trolling. Again, I'm just experimenting with background or yada yada. Maybe I'll look into looking at least some like animated GIF things, so it'll make this more interesting. So as long as I'm recording camera to background, because I know y'all can tell, I can tell, y'all can tell, the fucking, with the camera used as a face cam to record, there's like a delay. And maybe that's because I'm dumb and don't know how to fix things, maybe. But, we'll get there. We'll get there. Someone will teach me things. That, or my dead computer can go finally rest in peace because I will go get a fucking new computer. Either way, lots to do, minimal time. We'll get this video out on time too, so that way we don't have to worry about it. I'm still watching you, motherfucker. Watching you. But we can go look at last week. And well, shit. Again, the straight-ups look fine. I'm doing relatively good on those. Those don't bother me. It's the spread and the totals again, which, I mean, yeah, I could point out one or two and be upset about by one play, but when a lot of them are bad, it's just, what do you do? And a lot of it is me giving benefit of the doubt to teams that are, like, hoping for backdoor coverage, yada yada. I gotta pull the plug on Atlanta at this point. I want to believe, but I don't know. I could have had more straight-up wins if the Saints could play defense in the final 5 minutes of a game. You can do it for the first 55, why can't you do it for the final 5? I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not mad. Because after all, I do these for fun. This is my fun. And as long as you know how to have fun with this, and gamble responsibly, always gamble responsibly, then you should be fine. You should be fine. But either way, I wouldn't worry too much. These picks are going to be these picks with 14, 15, 16, 17, 5 weeks left and a handful of games left. We'll see where we can push. We're going to need a miracle if we're going to get to surpassing the 81 loss record on straight up picks, but next goal, just keep it under 100. And if we can break the record, we're doing some fine. The last 2 years I finished at like 91 and then last year 95, so we're doing good. We're going to keep that pace a little bit. Spreads and totals, we're just going on a downhill slope, and I don't know if there's going to be any recovery in that. Because knowing my luck, I'm probably going to go like 8-5. Like that's my ceiling, 8-5 on spreads and totals. So not much recovery. It is what it is. I'm not stressed. We're going to push forward. With these picks for these 13 games, the final bye weeks are done, and for a lot of people this is their final week in fantasy, so it should be interesting how they're going to play these win and in games with some players not being starting off with the Thursday night game, the Raiders and the Rams. I get again. This is one of those things where like there should be a discussion about flexing all the games or flex or like talks about or something along those lines. It's hard to gauge and it's hard to pinpoint what you want because like the Rams and the Raiders. With the addition of Devontae Adams to that team already, who finished 10-7, and the Rams just won the damn Super Bowl, you're thinking, hey, this could be a good game. But both teams have shit the floor so bad, the Rams might actually start fucking Baker Mayfield in this game. It feels like it was too quick to add him that he probably won't be reliable after him, but then again, do you trust John Wolford at this point? I mean, he kept it competitive with Seattle, but division games, you can't put too much weight in them. Division teams always play each other hard. But I'll take the Raiders. I hate it, but either way, there's no way in hell I'm laying almost a touchdown to this team. I'm not. You want me to trust the Raiders that much? Sure, good job. You beat the Chargers. The Chargers like to shoot themselves in the foot every goddamn time, so it's... yeah. I get the Lions being favorited. It makes me feel weird, because this was one of those things, like, you know what, I want to take it as an upset pick. But then they made them favorites, so it's not really an upset pick. I think the Vikings do trip themselves up one more time. They played some close games against some lesser competition. Patriots and Jets are decent teams, but they're not great teams. And the Vikings kept those games close. And like I said, the Lions kind of like it to just show up unexpectedly. Like, and it's fucking hard to read this team. It is. Like, what do you mean you dropped 40 on the Jags? I don't know. It's hard to read this team. I hate betting on over-unders on them. I do. But I'm taking Lions, but I'm going to be a cheeky bastard because I see that 2.5 favorite. I'm going to take Minnesota. So I'm basically going 1-1 in this game. I'm getting one of these. Because I wanted to beat the Lions to win, and I'm going to commit to that, but them being the favorites scares me away. So I'll give Minnesota the coverage. I mean, at this point, you might want to bet that Minnesota 2.5 anyway, and if that shoots up to like 3 or 4, grab it. Grab it. I don't think it will, though, but it might be a fun teaser. Bills over the Jets. I think the Bills are a little salty with the last game. I think they're starting to find the groove. The defense has been inconsistent, but at this point they've been inconsistent all year. I think they find the groove. I think the Mike White train kind of died off last week in Minnesota, and it might keel over again here. You don't have to be confident in 7.5. I wouldn't be. But I think the Bills figured themselves out. They're like, we're not going to get swept by the Jets. We're gonna be smart here. So I like the Bills, and I'll take them to cover. I think this game's going to be a blowout. I do. And if it isn't, it's because the Bills offense forgot how to offense. I'm taking Pittsburgh over Baltimore. I was going to take Pittsburgh anyway, even if Lamar was healthy, but now with Lamar out, I'm skeptical. And this is not me saying I have doubts on Tyler Huntley. I'm not saying that at all. It's division games, it's in Pittsburgh. We always struggle in Pittsburgh. It's a hedge, I'm going off gut feeling. I think this is a game Pittsburgh would take. They got momentum. Baltimore's just kind of crashing and tumbling here. It is what it is. Philly smokes the Giants. Had the Philly and Titans game been close, I might have leaned on the Giants on the spread here. And yeah, you usually don't want to lay many points on a division game. But I think Philadelphia's really good, and I'm not sold on the Giants. I'm not. Sorry, you can't convince me. You can't. I'm taking Philly. Cincy over Cleveland, because I do believe the Bengals are the better team, and again, they're hot and they're getting on a roll. But Cleveland always has some one-up against them. And yes, Cleveland did not impress me in any way, shape, or form in their win against the Texans. And had it been a team literally other than the Texans, they might have won that game. But they didn't. So, Cleveland didn't show me much. Deshaun Watson didn't show me much. So I'm giving them the cover because I know Cleveland somehow has, as of late, kind of upended Cincy. They do. They just do. And it wouldn't shock me if they won this game. That's what I'm going with. Titans over Jags, I'm not going to say much of anything. Titans are a good team, Jags are a bad team. There. Cowboys over Texans. 16.5 is fucking scary. Cause with the Cowboys too, like, it was 21-19 heading into the fourth quarter of that game. Where those 33 points came from, I have no fucking clue. But it should have been an indie coverage fine, but Dallas decided to just blow the doors open in the fourth quarter for some reason. But I'm not touching it. I think that was a bit much, and yes, they probably should have blown Houston out. But at this point, I'm expecting the Dallas-Houston game to kind of go like the Miami-Houston game, where Dallas will probably get up ahead a lot and then just kind of cruise control mid-third, late fourth. And Houston will just kind of throw in some garbage time points to just claw back in. That's how I see it. I can't let it. KC over Denver. Again, another division game, another one of the things you're interested about. And again, Denver's defense is really good. Denver has a really good defense. But KC's better. KC has an offense that's been respectable enough that they're going to put up points. Denver's offense can't do anything ever, period. So, it's covered 10, essentially. Just put up 24, just put 27. Denver's not going to score 17. Or 24, realistically. Denver might only score fucking 9 like they did last week. I'll take it. That all with the Panthers. Hawks are on a roll, and I think Hawks now have a bit of an incentive. Garoppolo might be down, or should be down, for an extended period of time. Granted, the 49ers quarterback position was not something you thought about when the team was winning. But, hey, now they're going to have truly someone inexperienced with the offense. A rookie. The Mr. Irrelevant. So it's... Yeah, I think Seattle has more incentive. Carolina should be a relatively weaker opponent, so Seattle should come into this game with like, hey, we can have a division. Like we should actually just win our games, and I actually fall off a little bit. I'm going with Seattle. 3.5 I'll take. Speaking of San Fran, interesting enough though, they were bringing up the stat about Brady is undefeated against rookie QBs making their first start, or rookie QBs in general, or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But this is the first time a rookie QB is favored. And I get that Tampa is ass and AIDS and 13 different things that I can't say on the internet because I'll get canceled. But I think San Fran, like I said, they're probably got a little trigger happy with the Dolphins game. Feel good. But I think they come back down. Now that hey, we have a quarterback who doesn't have the experience, really. I think they come back down, and I think Tampa pretty much does what they always do, play shitty for most of the game, and then somehow rally in the fourth quarter and get a late game win. That's how I see it. But either way, I think the plus 3.5 is a good bet. I do. Dolphins over the Chargers. This game realistically should be an ass beating of a game, realistically. But who knows? It's hard to read the Chargers anymore. But I am glad they chose not to flex Miami and San Fran last week to give us Miami LA. I'm a sucker for storylines. I like storylines. Tua versus Herbert is a storyline I like. So I'm not going to say much. I like it. Let's keep it. And they're doing that also for week 15 storyline now with the NFC East. Now those two teams tied. Now that game's going to have a lot more impact. I'm just saying, I'm a sucker for storylines, so I like it. And then the Monday night game, I like New England over Arizona. Arizona partially is known for having the late season collapses, but to be fair, they've been collapsing all season. So you can go either way with it. But I think New England's like, hey, we've lost a couple of bad games. Now we need to hurry up and pick up the pace, because we're going to lose out on this wild card. Because the wild card at this point, the AFC is looking interesting. I'm going to presume, since he catches up and wins the AFC North, I'm going to presume that. At this point, I just don't trust this Ravens team. You can't. So, let's say Titans win the South. Chiefs win the West. Bengals win the North. Bills and Dolphins will fight. One will win, one will be the 5th seed. So you got two options left. And your 4 teams realistically, it's the Ravens, the Chargers, the Jets, and the Patriots. 2 of those 4 are making it in. Who do you trust the most in those? The correct answer is none, but you think 1 or 2 games played at this point could lead to anything. And I think New England, if they lose this game to Arizona, I think they might as well just count themselves out. Because they still got to play Miami and Buffalo again. And depending on how everything goes, they might need those games. And I think Miami and Buffalo will beat New England. So I think this game particularly is must win. Arizona's out. They're not going to the playoffs. No one cares. New England, you still have a shot. Win this game, and we can keep having this discussion until you're eliminated eventually. But yeah, those are my picks. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully they work. Yada yada. Do a quick cat parlay of the week, just to get a vibe. We'll go quick. I think I would give KC minus 9.5. I would. Oh, I think that's an afternoon game, but whatever. I'd give KC that. I'd probably tease Minnesota up to like a +4, because if the Lions do win, it's not going to be by a touchdown. But I'd probably grab that anyway. Yeah, I know it makes it sound like I should pick Minnesota to win, but I would grab Cleveland +6.5. Because Washington is obviously a better QB than Jakob. He was rusty as hell, and I think Cleveland still has the one-up on Cincy. So I would still grab that +6.5. You can probably grab Titans -4.5 too. They should take care of the Jags relatively easily. And probably Philly straight up. Ravens Steelers under. I don't know what that total is, but that'd probably be a good one. I can look it up right now, actually. But yeah, Ravens Steelers under is probably a good one here. I don't think Tyler Huntley's going to put up many points to begin with. Let me guess, it's like 39.5. That's fucking 36. It's goddamn 36. I guess the Steelers have only scored like 18 or 19 points the last couple of games. I hate 36. That's like an evil number. Teams had up to a 40 at the end there. I don't think I had a team score more than 20. I don't. Yeah. I said a lot of things, so at this point you can kind of take your pick with that. I definitely like Seattle -3.5. Or money line either way. Carolina might make a backdoor cover on it, but Seattle should win that game regardless. And yeah. So I'll just kind of, I think what I'll do is I'll just list out all what I said. Because I already forgot what I said, so Editor Cat can do that. Everything I said, and then you just kind of pick what you like. I'll let you guys know what I pick later on. Over into fantasy, I didn't write it down, but I do remember it off the top of my head, so here's how I'll just say this. League of Assholes, I lost 2, 3, and 4 won, so with 2 weeks left in the LOA, me in the 5th seed is 2 games back. If any of the, it's Nathan, Micah, and Chris. If any of them win 1 game in the next 2 weeks, I'm out. Or if they all 3 win 1 game in the next 2 weeks, I'm out. If I lose 1 more game, I'm out. So I have to win out, one of them has to lose out, and then hope the point system works in my favor. But if I cannot do that, then if that can't happen, that's curtains on me, and I'll miss the LOA playoffs for the 3rd straight year. God, what has gone on with me? I had an evil 3-game losing streak that just kind of killed any momentum I had. That sucks. It really sucks. Discord's finest, thanks to the results, I beat Jay, and Isaac beat Subleaf, which led to an interesting thing I learned. Isaac and Jay play each other this week. They're both 7 and 6. There are 2 8 and 5 and a 9 and 4, and the 6 and 7 Subleaf below. Those 2 play each other, and they're 4th and 5th. So the winner of that game is going to clinch the next spot. It is a win or go home for these guys. So that means Muser, Zach, Amanda, and myself have all clinched in Discord's finest. And with Subleaf losing, it automatically eliminates him too. So you got those three, and then it's Jay and Isaac for that final spot. And then in the Coconut Mall League, all 4 teams have clinched, and I think the seeding's been decided too. I think I'm going to be playing Ryan in the first round. I believe. I don't have that memorized off the top of my head, but I think all 4 spots are clinched, so it doesn't matter. So it's just this week's kind of seeding purposes. And then in Anchi & Co., I lost, but Steven lost as well, meaning with this being the final regular season week, I have a 2-game lead. I am locked into the 1 seed. With that being said, I put up a shitty performance last week, so I'm wondering what my team's going to do moving forward. It scares me, but I'm going to hope and pray that was kind of an anomaly week. Get it out now. I'm still locked into the 1 seed. Just handle my business. Just let this week go. Do its thing. My only incentive at this point, not that I'm going to rest players, because I'm not, but my decisions could determine whether Carmine, who I think is currently the 8th seed, if he loses, or no, he's the 8th at math, I don't know, and 18th making it out of the 12th. If he loses, and someone else, I don't remember who, wins, then they could usurp him and kick Carmine out of the playoffs. So, Carmine needs to win this game. I don't need it, but I might try just to troll him and his annoying Philly banter on Twitter. But we shall see. We shall see indeed. But yeah, I am locked into the playoffs in the 3 leagues, and then my league, my first league, I gotta help a miracle comes in my favor. Otherwise, I am scribbity screwed. And yeah, with that is going to be all for me today on these lovely prediction picks. Thank you for liking, rating, commenting, and subscribing to my beautiful YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on my Twitter, CanadianCatCP, Instagram, Blind Canadian Cat. Hop into my Twitch, and hop into Discord. Also, shout out my good friend Rowan, who is doing more streams and yada yada. So, make sure to give them some love from me. Shout out Coconut Mall. Shout out the Progs League, or the Progs community. Don't forget to join our Facebook page down below. And with that is all for me today. Fuck you, Adachi. Fuck you. Hold on, you're not on camera. Fuck you, Adachi. Fuck you. See, we're having fun here. But with that is all from me, your favorite cat. I shall see you all in the next video. Also, new t-shirt came in today. Madeline says hi and sends her regards. Have a happy rest of your day and a happy rest of your life, everyone. Choose peace, accept love, and have big trust. Good night, Internet.